Hope so. Yeah, I see light.
Here we go. We are live, and I am really delighted to have my friend. I can call you a friend now. We've known
Sure.
each other for a while. You're an active member. I say literally active member of the Daydream community. You bring so much value. You bring light wherever you go. And I am just delighted, no pun intended, to have this conversation with you today. Introduce you to listeners or viewers. Just ArcFin, that's what you go by, ArcFin.
Yeah.
Just how about we just start with you saying something about who you are, what you do,
First,
what do you love most? I love to ask that question. What do you love most about what you do?
yeah. Hi everyone who is by chance watching live, or most of you probably watching recording as I usually do. And yeah, Alicia, thank you so much for super introduction. Yeah, what saying what about me a little bit. I'm not as good as you described, but I'm trying my best. Yeah, sometimes not everywhere because we cannot be everywhere at the same time. But with some
Mm-hmm.
communities like this one, for example, I try to do something at least to make it more known.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love, yeah, this is what I love. As I say, I love to do something and be at places where maybe nobody else can at the moment, or if I see it's not enough done, and including the business projects, a lot of them are always born from problem we see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. We like to talk about that a lot. Once you've identified the problem, right? You also have to know if you're best suited to solve it. Because we
Yeah.
see a lot of problems, but not necessarily, that you're the person who is supposed to actually go after it. And that is some serious awareness, arc. I know you've been working on a couple of things, and I am like most excited about the recent app, but I know you got a lot of things going on. There is an app coming, guys. And I'm excited about that. But what do you want to share about that journey? Like, what has that been like for you?
That's good that you mentioned couple already, and I could say that for the last whatever 30 years, it maybe was couple dozens of different projects. And what I say is general for all of them, as we already mentioned, it's good to start from the problem, then check that it's me who is going to do it, and then yes, the third and very important thing is to stop at the right time if you see if
Mm-hmm.
maybe problem is not existed, or maybe you are not the right person, or maybe it's not the right time.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about, like you see here, I'm USend co-founder. It's a still early stage startup we are working on for a few years already. You can double check it, usend.app, app, and it's a simple app where we still try to develop and see if we understood the problem correctly or not, to help people to buy and sell without money, to like make barter easier. But we also do experiment right now with more newer kind of approach for shopping using AI, and just simplify the life of people, like to spend much less time. Like maybe you would tell AI, like you would tell your assistant, if you have assistant, if you have enough money to have assistant, like I need so and so, go and do it and buy that, and the human being will come and bring it to you. So hopefully one day robots or AI will do it. And yeah, but this is still in very early stage, and we are not sure. I want to. And in business, it's very important to be transparent. So right now we are at the stage where checking the problem and the issues.
Mm-hmm.
If we will not see it, we will not develop the app. If we will
Exactly.
see it, we will develop.
That's a good perspective, a good way to look at things, because sometimes we can become so attached to our ideas,
Yeah.
and it's not something that people need or want or are willing to pay for, but we still hold so tightly to it. So I like that you have such an open mind towards that. But you know, um, about your entrepreneurial journey, right? I wonder, like, what inspires you to create?
Very hard question, because as far as I remember, from childhood, I always was crazy about creating. At first, I was crazy about breaking all this stuff, because my parents were like, "Oh no, you broke that toy again," because I was like taking apart everything. But
Mm-hmm.
now I see, hopefully it was not connected to any distracting ideas, but I think I was trying to understand how things works, and maybe then hopefully I was trying to create something. It was just out of curiosity. And also the second thing I always remember, I always loved business, even back in USSR where business was restricted, illegal, etc. But in my mind it was, and then it became more open, and in my mind it was always like I just felt good if I can invest some money and then get more money or try to sell something. I don't know. For me it's hard to explain because it started from my childhood as far as I remember. So I went to business right away, even
I think
from
it's
high
connected,
school.
and I can kind of connect the dots. You mentioned curiosity, and even from a child, you've been curious, and here you are as an adult, you're still curious, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of working for you when you think about it. But as a Christian entrepreneur, how does your faith influence the way you approach business and innovation?
Again, it's all started about the same time. I started having my own projects more or less, and also I became a Christian. So it was always alongside, and so I don't have anything to compare like before Christ. But I would say that something like integrity, honesty, like these things really help me, because like maybe some businessmen, they spend too much mental energy to where should I say what, where do I lie, where I don't lie, where I pay taxes, where I don't. Like for me it's all easier, like I pay all taxes and I tell the truth, and that's all. Sometimes I remember in the meeting I went to my competitors and I asked them a couple questions, like pretending that I'm a customer. But then in the end I said, oh, I'm actually your competitor, and yeah, let's try to work together somehow or collaborate.
Yeah. Well, would you class yourself as a developer, an app developer, or is that correct? So
Yeah, but as I always say, I'm not best software engineer or developer in the world, and I'm
you
not
don't have
best
to be the
manager.
best. Let me
Yeah,
just stop you there.
yeah. I mean, I'm not even good.
Put your heart into it, and that's what's
I
important. Do
love
it,
it.
you
Yeah,
love it.
I love
There
it.
you go.
But the main point is that it's not only what I do. So I would say I'm maybe not super good businessman and super good manager, super good software developer, but I'm very good when I combine. Not so many people can do both at the same time. So let's say I do each of them on average level, but my superpower that I can do both at the same time, I would say it. Like, so I'm
Ah,
not shy. Where it's my strong side, I'd say this is my strong side.
there you
I
go.
can be both manager and developer. I mean, spending 20 or something years only in business first and then switched a little bit for corporate. And yeah, there I worked as a developer and as a manager, and also like 50-50 as well.
All right, there you go. I love that. Another question I have for you, though. What advice would you give to someone who might be thinking about starting a business? It doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing that you do, but just in general.
Yeah, in general, again, very hard question for me because I always been entrepreneur and never started. But this is why I want to say, if you are thinking about starting and switching from corporate, from job, full-time job to business, I admire you. I think you are very strong. I think you are very bold, because when I switched to corporate and then back to business after a few years, it was very hard for me already to do, even though I had 20 years prior business experience. But for people who never did it, the only advice is don't worry. Yeah, you're already doing more than I did. Like, you are doing more than you can imagine. That you are making this first step. Don't be afraid. You are afraid, but try not to be afraid. That's what I would
Right.
say.
It's like doing it even though you're afraid.
Mhm.
Don't let fear stop you. We encourage that. You can still do it,
And do step
right?
one step at a time. Yeah.
One step, small steps. There you go. All right. So, I want to circle back to the app because I know that's something that you say it might exist in the world, might not, right? Just briefly share what this app solves, the problem it's aiming to solve for people.
Okay, so first of all, this year, 2025, is and will be and already is a lot about AI agents, like the not only chat where we chat with GPT, Copilot, blah, 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 but things which can do something. Yeah, chat, maybe it's also the agent in a way, but agent which can do more things. And because it can do things, it can solve the problem. And coming to your question, what is the problem? It's kind of double problem here. First, we all have less and less time. We're very busy. Second, we want to save. The economical situation not the best right now. So people both, on one hand, they want to save money. On the other hand, in order to find good deals, you need to spend a lot of time, and so you want to save time as well. And that's a two biggest problems in a nutshell that the app can solve for you, because instead of spending hours, you just chat or using voice talk for 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, I need so and so and so, and then deals will come to you. You only click and buy, and that's it.
Well, you mentioned two very important things. I mean, time and money. I think we can all relate to that. That resonates with me, and I'm sure it's going to resonate with a lot of people. So I know, what do you want from people in order to help you move forward with this venture?
Nothing but, again, honesty, and just to reconfirm that if they really struggle and spending hours and spending a lot of time searching for what they really want to buy on Amazon or somewhere on Facebook, like talking about new stuff or secondhand stuff, and if they laugh when they find something like a good deal and saving them money. So yeah, we want to just to see the confirmation. In order to do it, you can just, we have a simple landing right now where we explain in a couple paragraphs what we do, and ask you either to leave email or phone or both, whatever you want. And you can end up in waiting list. And then when and if, to be honest, again, in full transparency, we launch, maybe it's going to take a few months. If we launch, then you're going to get like a couple months, very good, like absolutely free and up to $50 a month credits to use this AI. It's not necessarily means that the app will cost $50 a month. It will be whenever it will be. If it will be very fair. It will, like, whatever you spend, you spend. It's, it could be $1 a month, $10 a month, $5 a month, but you will have up to $50 to try it.
Well, I know you want people to sign up. So what we're going to do is we'll share the link to your landing page, because you want feedback, right? And you want, when you launch this, you want to see, is this helpful? And the best thing I think they can do for you really is to join the waiting list at this point. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely correct. We can put it here, like you can put it. Yeah, I appreciate that.
I will.
If people have any questions, they can also put it in comments.
Definitely. Well, if you want to spend some more time with Ark, my friend, you can join our community, because we have a Facebook page, a group where Ark is very active there. So if you're interested, just join the Faith Fuel Entrepreneur community, so you can get in touch with Ark there. But I'll also share your information in the comment area so people can connect with you directly.
Thank you. Yeah, and I really recommend this community. I enjoy it, and this 15 minutes as a part of community was the best 15 minutes in my day, or maybe even week. Well, and thank you so much, Alicia.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. And I just want people to get to know you and some of the people who are part of our community. So I'm glad for the opportunity here as well. So thank you so much, Ark.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.